Welcome to Legal Dilemmas, where you'll find clear, concise legal advice. My name is Brenda.
And my name's Safina.
Today's topic is about the difference between a prenuptial deed and postnuptial deed. They're often called prenups and postnups. Safina, we've had questions about the difference between the two types, the postnup and the prenup. Can you explain, please?
Certainly. So postnups and prenups, essentially one is, well, they're both contracts first of all. However, they are not legally binding contracts within family law.
Oh, okay.
So basically, Brenda, they need to have been signed. So with a prenup, it's before a marriage. With a postnup, it's during the course of the marriage. So once someone's married, it could be that, you know, they've come into some money, there might have been a windfall, they've got some crypto, they've come into inheritance, and they don't fancy sharing all of their financial gains with the other party and come to an agreement with them and incorporate it within a document.
Okay, so presumably that's just to regulate finances should they get divorced.
Absolutely. And I think the important thing to remember is that the court doesn't give any weight to that, as long as, you know, just because you've got one of those agreements doesn't mean that the court's going to put proper weight on it. The court will only give adequate weight to it, providing certain criteria have been satisfied. For example, that the agreement was freely entered into, that it was, you know, so it was fair, that there has been full financial disclosure provided, so the person knows that the other person has had the windfall or the inheritance and is still happy to sign the agreement, that the parties have had independent legal advice, and that it's been properly executed. So really people should try and get it done through a solicitor. And it should be signed with a prenup at least 28 days before the marriage. And with a postnup, obviously, it's really got to be during a period of time when the marriage is stable. Because the most important thing is it's got to be fair, Brenda, to the parties. And the courts are keen to ensure that there is fairness. Yes.
Okay. That's fine. So the summary is they're both essentially the same. One is signed before the marriage and the other is signed after the marriage. And the key thing for all of you to note here is they are not legally binding, and they are just one of the factors the court will take into account when deciding how financial matters should be resolved in divorce.
Yeah, because don't forget, we have got financial, you know, arrangements. And the Section 25 factors, please go back and have a look at our video on that, where we've gone into a deep dive on what those are. That's a statutory provision that will override everything else. However, what weight it is given in terms of a pre or post-nup will depend upon whether the criteria has been satisfied, as just mentioned.
Thank you. That was great. For more interesting videos and great legal content, please like, share and subscribe and have all your notifications on. And as always, if you do have any questions around any of our topics, please put them in the comments box and we will reply.